Sissy, the new horror movie that is out on the big screen and Shudder for you guys to go and check out. Now, this movie is all about two high school friends who haven't seen each other for a long, long time run into each other. One invites them on a getaway for their hens night, and someone else is there from their past that causes havoc. Now, I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on this movie. Let me know in the comments below. What did you guys think of Sissy? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button for me and click subscribe as well. And without further ado, let's get into this review of Sissy right now. Okay, so Sissy, the newest horror movie that is out now for you guys to go and check out on Shudder and in selective theaters. Now, I went and saw it tonight, and if you guys have seen my initial reaction out of the theater, you get a general idea of where this is going to go. So, let's start with the trailers that were released. They just didn't really do it for me, the trailers. I wasn't really excited for this movie. The trailers kind of had an interesting feel about them, but also being very lackluster in the same process. I wish they did more with that trailer and the marketing to really show me that, yo, this is going to be an interesting movie. Could be a good movie. But the trailers didn't really do anything. So I didn't have high expectations going into this movie. But after watching the movie and coming out of the theater, I feel like this movie had potential in it. It really did have potential. There are some really good themes and ideas in this movie that could have been absolutely fantastic if they were executed right. And that's the biggest problem I have with this movie, is the execution of certain themes and elements that were running through this movie. Now, the idea of having this theme about someone who is an Instagram person, or, social media influencer, as they like to use that terminology, who thrives on compliments, who thrives on their fans, thrives on that idea of being loved by everyone, is a really cool idea and a really cool concept that could, you could really turn that into this insane, awesome horror movie where that sort of thing, once you take that away from that person, what are they truly underneath that? What then occurs in their brain and their thought process once you take that away from them? But they abandon it. They abandoned that in this movie, and they kind of went down the generic psychopath route, which, I mean, it's hinted throughout the film that that's what she is. She's just mentally unstable in her head. But I like the idea. Like, there's two ideas that they're tossing up. They're tossing up that, like, she's just mentally ill, and she's got, like, I don't know, split personality disorder or something like that, where just something in her mind just switches and she just goes from this person to a completely different person. And the idea of her and her fans and losing the fame, the fortune, the fan base that she's created, the love that she's getting. And in the movie, she actually references that a lot in the movie, where she's going in, and to calm herself down, she looks at the post and looks at all these lovely comments and stuff like that, and it it rejuvenates her and makes her feel much better. But it's like they had these two ideas and they didn't know how to mesh them together to create a great foundation for a character, because it just didn't know. It didn't work. There were two different ideas that didn't mesh together. They weren't executed properly. And then you throw in the other characters that you just don't care for. I mean, the characters in this movie are so unlikable. I hate every single one of them. So when someone died, did not care. I really did not care at all. They are just whiny, jealous, just absolute, like, irritating characters. And our main, it's a great performance. Like, she plays the character well, but I just didn't care for that character. There was no point of me going, oh, I feel sympathy for this character. I can see where she's coming from. No. They just flat out made her a psychopath at the end. And I was kind of like, well, you did all this to get to that outcome. And, like, the ending is the dumbest thing. I hate the ending of this film. Absolutely hate it. It makes no sense whatsoever. First off, something happens to one of these characters. The first character that is happens to them. How I don't understand how they survived. I really don't, because yeah, it just made no sense. That absolutely made no sense. I was like, bro, was this Terminator? Just gets up and walks it off. Like, come on. And then the ending is just like, so you're telling me that no one can tell the difference between an afro-like hair with curly that's puffy out like this and long straight normal hair? Like, you can't tell me that you can't tell the difference between that? It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. And there's plot holes everywhere throughout this whole entire film. Like, things just conveniently happen. And I was just kind of like, right, okay, so you happen to be driving here and this person pops up there. Wow, that's convenient. Oh, it's convenient that the seatbelt doesn't work, does it? No, but it should, because all you do is go, and if it doesn't work, then you let go and do it gently. But hey, and then like, it's just some of the stuff that happens here is so avoidable, and this is where it comes to those stupid ass characters making stupid decisions when they shouldn't be doing that. And I really, really don't like that about it. And I've always hated that trope of just having dumbass characters like that. Like, every single character is like that. And it's like, come on. Why? Why do we have to go down that route? Some of the kills are pretty gruesome, and I liked it. I like that they gave me some gruesome kills. There's especially this one kill that they do a slow-mo, and it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. So some of the kills, man, I've got to give it an A for that, because the kills were creative. I like the way they were shot, and they really did give you the old, like, that's brutal. That's absolutely brutal, and I'm all here for it, and I absolutely loved it. So that worked for me as well. The story, just I didn't buy the story at all. I thought the story was stupid. It just made no sense. It's just, again, it's all these conveniences happening. Like, it's convenient that this person made this. It's like, you've lived in the same area for the last 10 years and you never run into each other before. I find that very hard to believe. So there's a lot of that. A lot of, oh, it's convenient that this character makes this character and all that. And it didn't make sense. But yeah, I just felt like it had potential. But I think the execution is what lets it down, and the pacing. This film feels so long. It feels way longer than it needs to be. There's scenes that they dwell on that they didn't need to dwell on, that they could have cut or sized down, and this could have been a crisp, quick movie that would have made it a lot better. The pacing just made it so slow and so unbearable. And then when you add in the unlikable characters, it just becomes a complete mess. The music, I felt like, did not fit this movie. It really did not work with the tone of this movie. It completely contradicted what the tone was of this film. The music contradicted it, and it didn't feel like it meshed in with what they were trying to do. And like I said, execution is crucial. You can have a crappy idea, but if you execute that crappy idea great, it can turn out to be a decent film. But this one just had some good ideas, very, 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 very poor execution. So, and some of the dialogue is just awful. It's just absolutely awful. So let me know what you guys thought of Sissy. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down below. Smash that like button for me. Click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Till then, stay safe. Peace out.